people started working from home. And so on 22nd March last year, actually, we were having meetings online with the students, the existing batches of Cliniminds who were learning into the classroom environment at that time. And since then, in the last 1 year, journey has been very interesting. The way the world has started working, it's completely different. Way we teach, way you learn, way we learn, it's completely changed in the last 1 year, and it's for good. A lot of things which the virus, the COVID-19 brought a lot of fundamental changes into the way we do business in this country or worldwide. A lot of changes took place. And it also taught us a lot about resilience, about creativity, about the innovation, that how we could actually, as a human being, could adapt to the new situations and how we can become better. And with a lot of lessons in the last 1 year, we can perhaps have another one full day on discussing a lot of areas within the life sciences sector, what has transpired in the last 1 year. It's been amazing time. Yes, the virus has impacted the society, the economy. A lot of people have lost their life, but the human beings, we all within our families, close friends, a lot of us have been impacted. But that's how the human being, the society, and the human being have learned over the years how to be more resilient, how to be more, innovative, how we have, as humanity, fought various diseases in the past, in the last several hundred years, and come out with the solutions, come out with the new products. That's where I think you guys, the every one of you, is going to be the part of this very interesting drug development industry. How the clinical trials are done, how we do the clinical data management, how we ensure the drug continues to be safe with the help of pharmacovigilance processes and the safety databases and the regulations. So it's a very interesting area for all of you who have become a part of today this industry. The history of drug development goes hundreds of years, but the formal regulations came only in the last about 100 years or so, where, we started learning about the regulations, we started respecting the human life, and we started uh, following the ethical conduct of the clinical trials. And there are a lot of incidences, the accidents and the incidences in the history, like the Nazi war crimes and the World War II thalidomide tragedy, and several other things in the past have taught us how we need to conduct the clinical trials, what sort of regulations we need to have, how the ethics have evolved over the years, and they continue to evolve. And all this in the next several months with us, you're going to learn in detail how to conduct these trials ethically, how to, as professional, what you should be doing, what you should not be doing in the clinical research and the pharmacovigilance data management. So a lot more in detail over the next few weeks. But you have come into this industry at the time where you are learning this in the real time. The way we now learn about the history in the form of the Nazi war crimes or the thalidomide tragedy or several other incidences in the history, we are now learning real time with COVID-19. And you are witness to that. We are witness to this whole process in the last 1 year or I would say about 16, 18 months, how the COVID has evolved as a disease, how we as a scientific community, the common man, the governments, the regulators, the pharmaceutical industry, how we have fought back and developed the vaccine in no time. There's a lot of regulatory lessons to be learned in this, a lot of ethical conduct of these clinical trials of vaccines we have learned. So this is what you're going to learn in real time basis. You know, the COVID-19 has been the great sort of opportunity for all of us to be a part of this development of the vaccine. And I think in the coming weeks and months, and as professionals in this industry, go into a lot more detail. You will learn as a part of the program, but take your personal interest in how the COVID-19 timeline has been. How did the disease first time got sort of discovered, and the world came to know about this in the December of 2019, and how this disease evolved, how fast the regulators, the pharmaceutical companies, the WHO reacted to this, started developing vaccine ethically. We conducted clinical trials at a rapid pace, how we got the approvals of the clinical trials, data for vaccine, how the marketing authorizations in a limited way for the emergency use of the vaccines has been done. It's an interesting timeline. It's a very interesting, I would say, the case study for all of you as a clinical research professionals, future professionals. You must go through all this, and maybe at the right time present it to your trainers actually what you have learned over the year in the last whatever happened in the last 12 or 15, 16 months. The today with this COVID-19 vaccine and the lot of other vaccines of the infectious diseases, over 25 vaccines today the world has developed already for the various infectious diseases. And with COVID-19, we have learned a lot how to actually further increase the pace of these vaccine development. So it's an interesting program. You're going to learn in a lot more detail how these drugs or the vaccines or the devices are developed. The programs are designed, the Cliniminds programs are designed to work to how you can work in the industry. The programs are not theoretical, what you have learned already in your graduation or the post-graduation programs. Nothing is going to be repeated. What you're going to learn is a very important part of the industry. What will you do in a company? What kind of job roles you will work in the organization? What kind of a day-to-day things you would do in a company where you work as a clinical trial coordinator or a CTA or a drug safety associate or a clinical data management executive? How will you work? So all those things have been designed along with the software training as a part of this program. So I'm sure in the coming months, you're going to enjoy this program, the program structure. The upskilling is not just about learning the skills, what we are going to teach you as a part of the program. The upskilling is not just what the clinical trials or drug safety or data management related softwares, job roles. The upskilling is not limited to this. Upskilling these days is your overall growth as the professionals. And when we talk about the overall growth, it also means that you need to develop the journal skill sets, because when you go and work in the industry, you are not just working on just a small task. You're a part of the large industry. You're a part of a bigger team of professionals where you will be contributing as a team member. But you work in a larger organization, you work in a larger teams. So you need to have the skills which will help you in becoming a better professional. These things are your journal communication. How do you present yourself? How do you talk? How do you communicate with your friends, with your colleagues, both verbally, orally, and also on emails? So it's about using computers as well. So as today you're part of the industry, um, today any industry wherever you work today, the computers are the integral part. Some of you may go into the programming, but majority of may use the computers on your day-to-day job role, which means you need to understand how we use Word document, Microsoft Word. These are very basic points, but very important. A lot of students miss out on these journal skill sets, but they are very handy. I mean, when you go and appear for an interview and you have to work as a clinical research coordinator or a drug safety associate or a clinical data coordinator, how will you work actually if you don't have a computer or if you don't practice hands-on computer? So it's important to get familiar with computer. Uh, Familiar with Word document, how to write a Word document, how to write an email, professional email. Uh, my colleagues later in the day will take you through these things, not only today, but as a part of the program. Learn Excel. You know, Excel is a very basic skill these days, and as a part of the program, we are going to teach you Excel, but you need to understand the basics of computer. You should know how to operate a computer, how to present a Word document, PowerPoint presentation. Very important. What work you're doing on day-to-day basis, how you present to your team, to your seniors in the office. These are some of the very basic fundamental skills you need to learn over the period. Part of it will be taught PowerPoint presentation. The trainers team will teach you how to write a PPT, how to develop a PPT, basic of Excel, but something like a computer, using a basic computer typing on Word document, that's something you need to constantly develop behind the scenes. Whenever you find time, sit on a computer, do some basic typing work, and see how much sort of a hands-on you can become on computers, because that's a basic one basic skill will ensure that you're different from the rest of the crowd, you know, rest of the people who go and appear for the interview. So focus on these, some of the very basic skills. Read life sciences, read about pharmaceutical industry. These are not just normal pieces of advice. Do this and you will become different to the crowd. Upskill yourself, not only in the form of these courses, but read new developments in the pharmaceutical industry. Which are the companies? The companies are getting merged with two companies. Who is developing what kind of a product? Who are the top 6 companies producing vaccines today? Which are, so you need to learn journal information, improve your journal knowledge around the pharmaceutical industry, and these things make you different. Uh, Overall communication skills, how do you speak, present yourself is very important. So part of the upskilling, basically. A lot of you think about the job opportunities. Job opportunities, there is no shortage. There are plenty of jobs and there are plenty of opportunities in the industry today. And thankfully, during the COVID, in the entire last 1 year, none of our students in the previous batches had problem in terms of the placement. So today, opportunities are increasing. The life sciences sector, the clinical trials, the pharmacovigilance, data management, uh, all these areas are constantly growing in India, and India is becoming actually the hub of the lot of these activities. And some of you will be very glad to know that a lot of data management, global ETMF work, data management work, and the pharmacovigilance work related with the vaccine worldwide development has come to India. So today, India is the hub of the uh, hub of these all these activities, and the job opportunities are increasing. And if you acquire the right skills at the right time, you will grow extremely well. And my colleagues here, the placements, they will constantly prepare you for the jobs. Uh, Today, the world has changed. Also, there are opportunities to work from home. When you appear for interviews, there are organizations who may offer you work from home opportunities. The organization who may want you to work in the offices. World is slowly opening again, and a lot of companies are getting back to operation, but some companies still work from home. So it's opportunity. And one of the important things is sooner or later offices will open, and you'll start going back to the office. And trust me, what you learn along with your friends and colleagues in the office, you will never learn from the work from home all your life. So sooner this ends, I think it's great news for all of you that world is opening. The offices may open soon. Some organizations have already opened up, and they're safely, inviting people, the employees back to offices with precautions, with wearing masks and take other precautions, sanitization of health. But this will help you once you're back in the offices. You will realize how important is to communicate with your colleagues. It changes your viewpoint about the world. You learn so many things on your own. Basically, you don't make an effort because you talk to colleagues, meet them, have a coffee with them, have lunch with them. That camaraderie you develop with your friends is amazing at the workplaces. So, and pray, everyone pray that you, in some time, you all, go back to offices and enjoy the real world actually. Prepare yourself for future. It's the industry where you are, it's a fast growing industry. It regulation changes, the processes change, the software change, the methodologies of workforce change, the new skills are required, and the sector where you are, it constantly requires you to upgrade yourself. So reading skills, so preparedness for future is what you should be doing when you get into this program and get into this industry. One of the important points is the seriousness about these programs. By just taking admission in Cliniminds in the course, you're not getting placement. You're getting placement into the company for what you've learned in the program, what you've learned from your almost class 10th, 11th, 12th, in your graduation, in your post-graduation. It's very important to not to forget what you have learned in the past. You're at the graduation level, at the post-graduation level, your fundamental, what you learned as a dental surgeon or as a pharmacist about the drugs, about the therapeutic groups, about your biotech processes, your biotech subjects related questions. Do not forget these things. Brush them up from time to time. Uh, Remember what you actually did in your graduation and the post-graduation, because that's something the recruiters will always ask you. So it's not about this program, also about your brushing up your past knowledge. The program is short, it's a 3 months. So we request everyone, do not miss even one session, because every time you miss a session, it's costing you, you're paying for it, your family or your parent or a sibling or your spouse is funded for this study. So make sure you optimize your learning here. Push your trainers to learn more. I think these are the things. 3 months, very short time, but 3 months, take this program very seriously. Do not miss sessions. Whatever the assignments you are being given, please take them seriously. Presentations, the poster presentations, the PowerPoint presentation skill set, group discussions, a lot of these pre-interview preparations. Do not miss any pre-interview preparation, because every time you miss a pre-interview preparation session, you are losing out. You will have trouble in facing interview. So seriousness about the program is very, very important. And I hope everyone take the program seriously, invest your time for the next 3 months, and rest of your career, you will do extremely well. And then once you are at a workplace, you will grow in the organization well. These are the fundamental things what you learn today, and that will reflect in your work culture in the organization. Cliniminds has been at the forefront since the year 2004. Today, we have a very strong alumni of 8,500 students plus across industry, not only in India, but almost 25% of your colleagues, the students are in the different countries as well, learning in those countries. We run very active programs in Europe and US where we train professionals like you into the same industry. Cliniminds is your program is accredited by, as business development team would have told you, the programs are accredited. And this is the first program which is accredited by the Government of India. So it's the Life Sciences Sector Skill Development Council, which is the part of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So your program is certified by the LSSDC. Your final exams would take place on the LSSDC portal. And once you clear that, you get a LSSDC certification and also the Cliniminds diploma. What exam will take place? Your trainers are very competent. The team here at Cliniminds, the training team led by Dr. Vipra, Mr. Gaurav, Mr. Amit, Soja, full-time team will ensure that you learn well. And it's your onus, it's your responsibility to take most from them and push them to learn more and more. Our placement team is headed by Mr. Rahul Malia, and he will ensure that you are fully prepared for the placements, and then you get the right opportunities through the placement team. The other team members at the IT and the admin support, Mr. Kumar, are extremely, and his team of the IT and admin and logistics is extremely going to be helpful to you on day-to-day basis. The business development team, you already met Mr. Rajat, Mr. Vinayak, and Anisa from our Kerala office. So you have an excellent team. You're in safe hands, and I wish you once again all the very best. And with this, I end my presentation here, and I'm open for questions.
Students, if you have any queries, please put up your questions to sir. Any queries, any questions? Sir, you are on mute. We cannot hear you.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. So one of the important points, get prepared for the corporate world as you are learning from home. Please ensure that every morning when you start your learning sessions at Cliniminds, make sure formally dressed. You think that you are going to institute, you're going to college or university, or you're actually going to office. Prepare yourself for that culture 3 months down the line. Although a lot of organizations still work from home, but trust me, most of people, are formally dressed, even at work. I mean, at Cliniminds, we work for almost 10 months, work from home, but every team, every morning, every one of us used to get formally dressed every morning because that brings discipline. Avoid wearing too many casual clothes or create an environment which is closer to your workplace, actually. The quietness, good internet connection, your cameras and your laptops or your phone should be good. But at the end of the day, everyone must have a laptop. A lot of things, a lot of exercises, what we are going to do, you require computer for that. Every day you will have a presentations, you will have notes, reading notes. You won't be able to read these notes, presentations on phone for too long. So get yourself, if you don't have computers, rent them, buy them. But I think it's very, very important tool. And 3 months down the line, you'll be fully ready for the job roles. So keep your every morning when you come for a class formal. You should be seen on video by the trainers. Dr. Vipra.
Thank you, sir. Students, if you have any queries, you can put up your queries right now, or maybe you can post the queries which we can take up later.
And no right or wrong question. You can ask anything comes to your mind. The asking question is always great. Don't hold back your questions. All right, Dr. Vipra, I leave it to you in safe hands. And
Sir, you are on mute.
so
Yes.
thanks, Dr. Vipra. Thank you, everyone. Welcome on board again, once again. And if you have any questions, feel free to send us the questions. We'll be happy to answer. I'm available around today.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, once again, a very good morning from my end, myself, Dr. Vipra. And before I introduce myself, I would like to know my students. I would like to know about you. So, request all of you to unmute one by one. Please tell us your name, what is your basic qualification, and the year when you passed out. So we could start maybe from Ashwarya. Uh, Rajat, if you could assist the students to unmute and give their introductions.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Please speak. Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Hello, sir. Myself, Aishwarya. I'm basically a dental surgeon. I graduated in Bachelor of Dental Surgery in year 2012. And I'm from Kerala. Sorry, sir. Voice is breaking.
I'm Dr. Rohini Prakash. I'm Dr. Rohini Prakash. I'm a dentist. I graduated in the year 2012.
Hi, I'm Dr. Malika. I'm basically a dentist, passed out in the year 2001 from Trivandrum Medical College. And right now I'm working as a dentist here in Trivandrum itself. And I'm a certified medical coder as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Dr. Malika, you are doing this dental practice from last 20 years, or you're doing some corporate kind of a job also?
Actually, I have done corporate kind of job in Abu Dhabi. I was doing my insurance. Yeah, I was working as an insurance coordinator for 4 years. Then I worked as IP resubmission analyst. That is for claims, medical claims. Sorry.
From which year to which year?
I started my work as insurance coordinator in 2012 till 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, then I came back to Kerala right now. Now I've started again my dentistry job. So
Good.
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello. Very good morning to all of you and all the coordinators or employees of the Cliniminds. I am Shilpa Singh and I'm from Jharkhand, and I passed out from Marwadi College with actually I'm done my biotech, MSc in biotech.
Which year?
2019, sir. Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Shilpa.
Thank you very much, sir.
Dr. Vipra, you are having list with you?
Hello.
Yeah, Rajat is not here. You are having list with you?
Yes, sir. I'm just following the attendance here. So, Mayuri.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Anita Hasda, and I'm basically from Bahalda, Odisha, but currently staying in Bhubaneswar. I've done B.Pharm from BPUT University in 2017.
Okay, what you doing since 2017? Last 4 years. Anita, you are able to hear my voice?
So,
Yeah, you completed your B Pharmacy in 2017.
17, yeah.
Yes, so what you are doing from last 4 years?
Done nothing, sir. Then
Doing something, preparing for the exam.
actually, I was preparing for exams, competitive exams. I wanted to join this course earlier, but I didn't know about it.
Okay. Hello. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Somini.
Hello, myself Savamini. I completed Bachelor of Pharmacy from Kerala University of Health Science in the year 2018, and after that I worked in a hospital for the past years.
Okay, Somini, you are currently working?
Yeah, I was working, but I stopped in just February 10th. Stop working.
Okay.
I'm having one suggestion. Whenever you are attending session or giving interview, your pet should be away.
Sir, I didn't hear you properly.
What I'm telling you is, whenever you are attending session or giving interview, your pet should not be around.
Okay. So it was not clear.
Your voice is also clear. You are attending to your laptop or mobile?
From mobile.
Mobile internet. You have Wi-Fi at your home?
No. I can attend an interview from laptop,
I have Wi-Fi in my home.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Somini.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Shahana Kadri.
Hello.
Yeah, Shahana.
Good morning, everyone. I'm a bachelor in pharmacy, passed out in the year 2000.
Shahana, we cannot hear you.
My God.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm a bachelor in pharmacy, passed out in the year 2019.
Okay. So since 2019, were you working?
No, ma'am. Actually, I was supposed to work. Then this lockdown and everything happened, and I was at my native place. So then, as soon as things got better, I came back in Mumbai, and now I joined Cliniminds for my further diploma and to get prepared for the corporate world.
Shahana, how you utilized your lockdown period?
Sir, I was almost at my native place.
Get some online course kind of thing, something else?
No, sir. Actually, I was not here in Mumbai. I'm basically from Mumbai, so I was in Gujarat. So I was not doing anything at that time.
Okay, Shahana.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Sanjay Joshi.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Myself Sanjay Joshi. I have completed my master's in biotechnology from University of Mumbai in the year 2020, and currently I am not working. Yes. Okay.
Okay, Sanjay. Next is Rojalini Sahu.
Hello.
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 Yeah, Rojalini, we are able to hear you.
I am Rosalini Sahu. I have completed my graduation in 2018 in botany, and now I am living in Mumbai.
And what you have done after 2018?
Hello, sir. I can't able to hear you.
Rojalini, what you have done in last 3 years?
No, sir. Nothing. I am just preparing for my job.
Preparing for?
Jobs.
Preparing for jobs. Next.
Okay. Next we have Pulkit Rana.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pulkit Rana. I had completed my B Pharmacy from Punjab Technical University. Right now, my friend recommended about this course, and I'm interested in it. Thank you.
Which year Pulkit you have completed?
Hello, is I audible?
Yes.
Which year have you completed?
In 2020.
And what is your current location?
During lockdown, sir. Right now, I'm just pursuing this course.
No. What is your current location?
My current location is Amritsar.
MP.
Amritsar, Punjab.
Amritsar.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Pulkit. Pooja.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am Pooja Roy from Delhi, and I have completed my Bachelor's of Pharmacy in 2020 from Spectrum College of Pharmacy. And after completing my graduation, I did join a company that deals with medical coding. But I switched to that company because that not completely deal with core pharmacy. And after switching that job, I joined Cliniminds.
Which year you told you completed your B Pharmacy?
In year 2020.
Okay, and when you joined this medical coding?
Sir, in November 2020 to January 2021.
Okay, only for 3 months you have worked there.
Yes, because I am not satisfied to that job because that does not deal with core pharmacy. That's the reason for switching that job.
Okay. Later on, I'll try to understand what is core pharmacy.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, Pooja.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, next is Meera V. Menon.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Meera. I'm an endodontist. I did my graduation in
Dr. Meera, you're not audible.
2010.
Dr. Meera, your internet connection is, I think, not proper. Your voice is
Just a
breaking.
second. Can you hear me now?
Yes, no. Yeah, Dr. Meera, we can hear you.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
So I'm Dr. Meera. I'm an endodontist. I graduated in 2010 and then I did my post-graduation, both from GDC Trivandrum. And then I worked as a senior lecturer or senior resident in GDC Alleppey, and following which I had moved to US for a couple of years. There I worked as a ortho assistant, and then I came back in 2018 and I've been a consultant since then. Once the lockdown started, I've just cut down on my consultations. I do attend emergencies even now. So that's when I came across your program, and I just want to learn a little bit more.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Meera. Okay, next is Mayuri Utekar.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Mayuri Utekar and I'm from Mumbai, and I have completed my post-graduation in botany in 2017.
Okay, so since 2017, were you working somewhere?
I was in teaching field for some years. At the same time, I was preparing for competitive exams.
Okay, thank you, Mayuri.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Manohar Reddy. Uh, I'm not sure if his introduction is done. Manohar Reddy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Manohar. I have been completed a BTech in RMK Engineering College. Now I am working in Bangalore in consultancy. I came from Andhra Pradesh. Now I am current location in Bangalore.
Okay, which year have you completed?
2019.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Manohar.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Mallika Nair, I think introduction is done. Dr. Rohini Prakash. Dr. Rohini Prakash. Am I audible?
Yes, Dr. Vipra, you are audible.
Okay, sir, Dr. Rohini Prakash, I'm not sure if this introduction is done.
Manohar also, we were calling and he has not replied, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir, because there was some background noise and like he was unmuted, but he was not speaking. Okay,
Manohar, are you there? Manohar Reddy.
Now he has
Yes, sir. I am there, sir.
Yes, now he has done.
So Manohar, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Please tell me, sir.
Nothing to tell you. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Manohar. I have completed BTech in RMK Engineering College in Chennai. My current location is Bangalore. I am working in consultancy. My passed out is. I am from Andhra Pradesh, sir.
No, which year you completed your BTech?
2019.
And now you're working in Bangalore in some consultancy.
Yes, sir.
So what type of consultancy this is?
It's giving jobs to everyone, sir.
Oh, good. So you're giving jobs to other people.
Other people, sir.
Good. Dr. Vipra, who else is left out?
Sir, I'm not sure about Bharti and Vinny. Have they given their introduction?
You can call names again if they are given.
Bharti?
I'm unable to see Bharti.
Bharti?
Bharti is not here.
So I can see her name. The camera is on. Bharti, can you please unmute?
Bharti camera is on. Bharti Gold. Yeah.
You are on mute, Bharti.
Unmute yourself, Bharti.
Unmute yourself. We
Okay.
can see
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yes. Yes.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Myself, Bharati Sanas. I'm from Navi Mumbai. I have done my BSc in biotechnology from Pune University and post-graduation in microbiology from Pune University. I have around 3 years experience as a technical officer in hospitals.
Which year you have completed your postgraduate?
Post-graduation in 2016.
And what? And then you were working after 2016.
Yes, as a technical officer in hospital.
Technical officer.
Yes.
So what was your job profile? What exactly you were doing as a technical officer?
In diagnostic test like PFT, ECG.
Okay. Good, good.
Okay. Thank you, Bharti. Next is Binny
Thank you,
Gupta.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. A very good morning to all.
Good morning.
My name is Binny Gupta. I'm basically from Punjab. I did my post-graduation specialized in human genetics. After that, in 2019, after that, I did a traineeship program in bioinformatics. Now I joined Cliniminds for a program, clinical research and clinical data management.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you. Anyone else who is left who has not introduced? Anjali.
Yes, ma'am. A very good morning to all of you. I am Dr. Anjali, and I'm basically from Delhi. And I did my graduation from Prabhu Dayal Memorial Dental College in the year 2017. And then I was in the clinic since 1 year in 2018. And in 19, I got married. I had my baby. And in the year 2020, in October, I joined in SafePay TPA in the head office in Delhi. And I was there since 17th February. And then I got to know about this course, and I was basically inclined towards pharmaceutical and all. And so I just joined Cliniminds for diploma courses.
So you are still with that TPA? You have left the job?
Yes, sir. I resigned in 17th February. I gave my resignation. 17th February was the last day.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Anjali. Anyone else who has not introduced themselves? If I
Yes,
missed out, yes. Please go ahead.
Good morning, all. I am Anna from Kerala. I have completed Masters in Biochemistry in the year 2020.
Thank you, Anna. So I now presume that everyone has given their introductions.
Yes, doctor. Everyone has.
Okay. Okay, so a very good morning to all of you. My name is Dr. Vipra, and I basically handle the academics department for Cliniminds. A brief introduction about myself. So, basically, I am a dental graduate, and I completed my dental education, and then I like also did my post graduation in public health. uh, Around that duration, I got interested into the clinical trial industry because it's a very promising industry. It actually showcased that there could be a lot of opportunities in future. So I switched to clinical research industry, and from that time onwards, there has not been any day when I look back and I regret it. I I am actually very happy that doing this job, we are actually benefiting people by and large. So, anyone who is a part of this industry would be directly, indirectly benefiting the patients, benefiting the society as a whole. So, no matter if you are into a clinical research or a clinical data management or into a pharmacovigilance industry, your work, your job will benefit the society eventually. Later, after I was working into as a research associate in King George's Medical University, and during that duration, I worked for a lot of clinical trials from different indications in different phases. In 2015, I joined Cliniminds, and I handle the academics department, look after all the academic responsibilities, the sessions, the examination for all the students who are registered with us, and also for all the global students. Moving forward, I also take care of the clinical research sessions along with the other trainers. So, as Sir gave a very elaborate and a very detailed information about how the course runs, how the program runs. So, just to add to the information which has already been provided to all of you, the duration of the program is short. It's a 3 months program. So one very basic thing which we expect from all the students is seriousness towards the course that you have enrolled for. So no matter which program you are enrolled into, every program requires your 100% attention. It requires attendance. It requires understanding of the subject matter, because just by taking admission in Cliniminds, there is no placement guarantee. You have to work hard. So basically, it's mutual. We work hard with the students, and we expect the same kind of response from the student side. uh, your 3 months will be a mix of different activities. One is your sessions, which means you will be having your regular sessions from Monday to Friday, which comprises of theoretical sessions on clinical research, pharmacovigilance, and data management. Apart from the theoretical sessions, we would be giving you a lot of assignments, because the industry is not only looking for theoretical knowledge nowadays. They are looking for a candidate who is developed, who has the right skill set. So right skill set is not only through technical knowledge, it is a combination of knowledge of the clinical research or pharmacovigilance or data management, whichever profile you would be working into. Second, it requires good communication. So in our program, we have imbibed communication sessions twice a week, so that if at all there are students who are hesitant in speaking, who are hesitant in maybe answering, even if they know the things. Okay, so in order to develop your confidence, in order to develop your speaking skills and the other interpersonal skills, we conduct communication sessions twice a week. So that is one method by which we will help you to develop and be industry ready, be job ready. Second is, as Sir already mentioned, that the industry is now becoming tech savvy, which means They look for people, they look for candidates who are familiar, who know, who have a knowledge of the computers. So computers, basic knowledge required is you should know how to make a PowerPoint presentation. You should be aware how to prepare a Word file, the Excel, because this is routinely used in the industry. No matter which profile you are working, it is now needed in every industry. So in order to help you develop on a day-to-day basis, because it's not one day task, it is not possible that one day you would wake up in the morning and think that today I would just learn Word, I will learn PowerPoint. It is actually gradually developed process. So we would be giving you assignments on developing PowerPoint presentations and also presenting it in the sessions for which time will be allocated. So this will serve two purposes. One is you will be developing, you will be preparing a PowerPoint. No matter, maybe it may happen that on the first day when you prepare a PPT and you when you present it, you may falter, you may do a lot of mistakes. So it is better, it is best that you do the mistakes here when you are a part of the program, because this is the time when you can learn, when you can develop. Okay. The second is we would be giving you topics for making posters. Now the poster will help you to showcase your understanding of that topic or of that subject in one single slide. Okay, because when you talk about a topic, there is a lot of stuff which you have to tell, which you have to answer. So poster will ensure that you know what is the uh, key points, what are the key pointers that you have to use while answering, while showcasing your skill. Because in an interview, you don't get like to answer a question, you may not get like 10 minutes. You will just get fraction of second. So in that fraction of second, you have to showcase your interviewer that yes, you have the right knowledge. So your mind should work instantly on recollecting your thoughts and giving that when you are actually answering. Okay. So poster, PowerPoint presentation. We will also be conducting sessions on Excel so that you at least are well equipped with the basics of Excel. We would not be talking about the advanced, but at least every student should have the basic knowledge of Excel. Okay. Moving ahead, as a part of the program, we would be conducting frequent mock interviews. So generally, mock interviews would be done every 15 days. Every 15 days, you will be having mock interviews. And I would like to emphasize here that we want 100% attendance in the mock interviews, because if you are not serious in the mock interviews, you may miss out on a lot of important information. Generally, the way you answer, the way you are presenting yourself in the mock interviews, there are instant feedbacks which is provided by the faculties, which will again help you to gradually develop, gradually evolve yourself. Okay. Now coming to the next important thing, we would be conducting group discussions. Our placement head, Mr. Rahul Malia, would be giving you detailed information on the group discussions. So that is also included as a part of the program. We, along with this, would be doing a lot of industry activities. Now the question is, what is an industry activity? Industry activity is basically making you well skilled, well equipped, so that the day when you enter any organization, the day when you enter the corporate world, things are not new. How a clinical research coordinator works, what is their job responsibility, what is the task which is done by a CRO, how the documentation is done, how the software functions, how you have to file a particular document, how the protocols are written, because in a clinical trial industry, protocol is a very important document. So during our sessions, we would be giving you theoretical knowledge on these key things, Along with this, we would also be doing a lot of practical assignments, a lot of case-based assignments where you would be given case scenarios. Say, for example, we'll give you a scenario that assume so and so happened at a trial site. Now, what will be your course of action? So this is going to help you to think, to apply your theoretical knowledge on a practical day-to-day basis. Because in order to work in an industry, your mind should be able to apply all the theoretical knowledge about the regulations, the site functioning into day-to-day activities. Okay. Along with this, the case report form development, then the essential documents, electronic trial master files, everything would be included in the program. Now you see there is a lot of things which we all have to do together in the coming 3 months. So from your end, we require 100% attendance, although the minimum criteria is 95%. But from the academics point of view, and also from the perspective of your technical knowledge, the from the perspective of how you are going to miss on things if you miss on any session, we suggest that you should be like giving your 100% attendance for the sessions. Please do not miss any of these sessions which are conducted, because it's a short term program. If you miss on any topic, say for example you missed a lecture on case report form design, so although the recordings would be accessible on the learning management system, but you may face challenges while writing a case report form. Or for example, if you do not go through the recording, maybe you did not get a chance and you did not go through the recording. So the next topic that we will be covering, you will feel a gap. So you were not there in one session, so you feel that there is some missing link, and you might not be able to correlate. Okay, so it is suggested, it is advisable that everyone, each and every enrolled student should give their 100% attendance and also their 100% input for the program. Okay. Moving ahead, as a part of the program, we would be conducting two internal assessment examinations. Now, these internal assessment examinations would be multiple choice questions, and it would be online on the learning management system. So, in towards the last half of the program, we will be telling you about the learning management system. So it will be online MCQs. The internals will be conducted at a gap of 1 month each, which means today, 22nd March, we are launching the batch. We are starting with your program. You can expect your first internal assessment examination around 22nd April, plus minus 1 or 2 days, but around 22nd April, you will be having your first internal assessment examination. The syllabus would be the topics which has been covered so far for you. Everything would be included, right? The second internal assessment examination would be conducted again 1 month after your first internal, which means around 22nd May, again plus minus 1 or 2 days. Okay. The passing percentage, any idea, any guess from the students present here? What will be the passing percentage? Because if you are giving an examination, there would be some minimum criteria. So what is the minimum percentage?
70%.
It's 70%. So 70% in your internals would be required. Same is applicable for your final examination. Final examination would be conducted 15 days after your program completes, which means your theory and the practical sessions are over. Post that, we would be conducting your final examination, which is again online MCQ based. The topics would be according to that, and the details like what will be the duration of the examination, how many MCQs will be included, everything will be sent through a link and it will be available on your student portal. Okay. Lastly, we come to the certificate and the mark sheets. So once you successfully complete your final examination, the soft copy of the mark sheets will be provided uh, to you on your registered email ID, and the hard copy will be couriered to you later on by the logistic team. Once the courier of the hard copy is done, they will be informing you through email. They will be sending you email with the details, with the tracking ID and the other details of the courier. For your examination, there is no negative marking, but I would request again that although there is no negative marking, uh, please ensure that you answer questions after reading, after understanding. It should not be just assuming or just considering that even if I mark something and it could be luck, I get +1 marks. So please ensure that you read your stuff, you read your subject before you appear for any of your examination. Last but not the least, all the faculties here at Cliniminds, including me, Dr. Gaurav, Mr. Amit, and Mrs. Soja. We are here to assist you. We are here to help you out, to answer your queries, to clarify your doubts. But make sure that you pay attention to every session, you pay attention to every detail. There will be a lot of email communications which will be done from my end to all of you. Read each and every email properly. I think half of the problem is sorted when you read the emails properly. So you also need to develop a habit of reading emails, answering the emails properly. It's very much needed. If you receive an email from any one of us, maybe from myself or from the placement head or any of the other departments, make sure you read the emails properly and you respond to that email in a professional manner. We will be telling you, we will be briefing you on how professional emails are sent, what are the basic things that you need to keep in mind, because uh, eventually when you enter into the corporate world, when you enter the industry, uh, these things should be known to you. You should be equipped with all of these things. Okay. uh, and coming to the last part, which is the different assignments which you will be doing during the course of your program. So all these assignments have to be saved by you in one common folder. Name it properly, keep it safe, and before your final examination you will need to send your assignments in the form of a zip folder to me at my email ID. So for your convenience, I am writing my email ID and also my contact number here in the chat. You can make a note of it. uh, I would also be creating a WhatsApp group and I will be sending the link for that WhatsApp group to all of you. So make sure that you join that WhatsApp group so that any important communication, any important information which we give you is quickly accessible to every one of you. So that's all from my end. If you have any queries, any questions, please feel free to ask right now, or we can take up the questions at the end. Any questions, anyone? Okay. So I would request Dr. Gaurav Grover to take over the session from here.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Vipra. I hope I am audible to everyone.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay, thanks for this opportunity, Dr. Vipra. And again, all of you, we welcome you to this course and hope that this is beneficial for you. But again, the success would depend upon your interest, your involvement. We are there to facilitate. We are there to help you progress. but then it has to be an equal involvement from your side. We would expect you to be regular in your classes. Again, if there are any instructions given during the periods, during the sessions, you would be required to follow them. Every trainer has his own style of training. People might ask you to, respond and have an interaction one-on-one, or many a times there could be a lecture delivery, right? So it would again be required from you. We would expect you to unmute yourself whenever required, or put yourself on mute when asked, right? So always follow the decorum of the class. Make sure that you read through the contents of what you will be reading in that session. Maybe you would be provided the training material on your student portal that would be uploaded for you. So every time before you start with the session, try to do the pre-reading of what we will be discussing in that session, so that you are ready and everyone is on the same page when it comes to understanding, and also trying to come to a same level. So that is the reason why you would have to pre-read some of the content before you join the session. Okay, even if at a certain point of time there could be some exigencies, there could be some issues where you have not been able to do that, you will anyways be able to see the recordings of the session also. In case you are not able to join on that day, you would be able to see the recordings of that session. And again, that has been already explained to you previously by Dr. Vipra as well. So we have one-on-one interaction during our sessions. Let me try to give you a quick preview of our pharmacovigilance introduction on the pharmacovigilance part. Let me know when you're able to see the screen. Okay. Is this visible to all?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So again, our concept of pharmacovigilance is not too old. It is a very recent, information and a science that has developed recently. It is not a very old science. It is hardly around a few years back that countries have come up with stricter regulations for doing safety monitoring. Yes. So again, the term pharmacovigilance, we all know, has been derived from these two words, which are having its origin from either Greek or Latin, which is pharmaco and vigilare. Yes. So pharmaco would mean nothing but a drug or a medicine, and vigilare means to keep a watch of or to keep an alert of, right? So that is the intent of pharmacovigilance. It is a science again that relates to trying to detect what is going to happen after you take a new medicine, after you take a drug, then assess the issues and try to understand why there are these adverse reactions, as you call them in common parlance, side effects. Yes. So why they are happening, what is the basis, and then we try to prevent them from occurring, right? So that is the purpose behind having a activity, or the pharmacovigilance is a study of all these things, right? Again, there was a very famous quote which is always given by Dr. Vladimir Lefakin at the Geneva conference in 2005, and we all would agree to an extent, and this forms the basis for pharmacovigilance, that dying from a disease is sometimes unavoidable. However, dying from an adverse drug reaction is unacceptable. So that is primarily one of the reasons why you would not want people to die because of the treatment, because of the drug therapy. Yes, we would expect people to recover after they are given a medicine and not die because of that. Again, this has been a trigger point for a lot of newer regulations, whether it was in Europe or in US, with the new requirements coming in Europe in somewhere around 2010, and they implemented it by 2012, where all these requirements to continuously monitor the events and have risk management, have various activities to minimize the reactions, So those were put in place, right? So with the new legislation in Europe, a lot of things were introduced, including the website, the EMA website getting updated with all the actions that were being taken with drugs across Europe. And also there was one single repository of drugs being maintained at one place, right? So by the EMA, so that way the Udra Vigilance database was set up, where all the companies could go and say and submit their reports of the adverse reactions with their drugs, right? So this was again done because there was no one place where you could find in Europe. France did not know what was authorized in Germany. Germany did not know what was authorized in, say, UK, right? So to have all of it together because of the variation in filings, right? So that is why this was brought in Europe. And so our pharmacovigilance has evolved over a period, like I was saying, and it is still evolving. Many countries are still putting in place the requirements for pharmacovigilance. Okay. So again, let's look at some common terminology that you will find. So the first thing that I always say is adverse event, something untoward that is happening after you are taking a medicine at any dose. Yes. When that happens, whether it is related or not related to the drug, that is called as an event. So if I have taken a drug and I go out on the road and I meet with an accident, right? It may or may not be related to the drug, but it is an adverse event because I have met with an accident, right? And that may have caused, some issues. Something untoward has happened, yes. So, or I am operating a machine and I meet with an accident because I had taken a medicine. Now there could be a relationship, there may not be a relationship, but it will be an event. Once we have proven that there is a relationship, then we call it a reaction. Okay. And for that, what you need to do is you need to do the causal relationship or the causality assessment, a term used where we are trying to find the cause. So we are saying it as the causative agent is the drug. Okay. So when we are associating that, we call it a reaction. Any unintended or noxious response to a drug at again a dose which is usually used for treatment purposes, so that would be a reaction where there is a relationship with the drug, right? Then you also will encounter always in pharmacovigilance concept of seriousness. Now what would be a serious event? Okay, so seriousness would mean that either the patient was he died because of taking the medicine. That means it was resulting in fatal case, right? Or the patient is having a life-threatening reaction. So it could be like anaphylactic shock or patient going into coma, yes, which is life-threatening, right? So these would be termed as serious events. Also, if suppose the patient is admitted to the hospital or he is again required to stay for a longer duration, he was already admitted but he has to stay for long duration. So then such an event will be termed as a serious event. Again, if the event causes some kind of disability or incapacity, which is persistent in nature, that means it stays on. So you all would have recently read in the news about the COVID-19 vaccine in the US, which was released by Pfizer. So Pfizer's vaccine had a reversible facial palsy as one of the events. Yes. Now there it was a reversible event. That means after they stopped the drug, the event resolved. But if it would have stayed, if it was persistent, then it would have become serious, right? And serious would mean that it is posing threat to those populations. It is a threat to common people, yes, who are using the medicine. So naturally, authorities would want that companies report such events immediately to them, which are serious in nature, right? Again, examples could be, if the event causes teratogenic effects or birth defects, yes. So even those events would be considered as serious. And also if the treating doctor or the physician uh, you know judges that there is a change in the nature or the severity of the event. So when I say nature, that means earlier the event was very mild. That means I just had when it was in the trial phase, when it was in the developmental phase, at that time events that were noted in trial where there was a small population size, we just had mild nature of events like rashes, or irritation on the skin. But when we started marketing the drug and it reached larger population, then we started to notice more severe events like, say, up to the extent of urticaria or Steven Johnson syndrome. Yes, more specific in nature. So if such a change is happening, even those can be deemed by the treating physician to be a serious event. Also, the European Commission has published a few list of important medical events where a lot of blood disorders, various types of other conditions are mentioned. So if you see those events outrightly, they are marked as serious. Okay, so most common example that I am just now recalling is again pneumonia caused by COVID infection. This is a recently added term, right, in the important medical events. So that would again be considered as a serious event, right? And once we have got the assessment, once we have the seriousness and the causality of the event, that means the relationship of the drug, then we are looking also at the labeling. Now, the purpose of looking at the labeling, like I said, is that we will know what is already known about the drug. So when we are doing a trial, we would have in our trial phase, we will have an investigator brochure. Yes. So investigator brochure will be the reference where the investigator will look at what are the precautions, warnings, dosage, what are the contraindications, what are the adverse events which have been noticed in the trials in, say, phase 1 or phase 2 or the preclinical study, right? So that will be there in your investigator brochure in the trials. Now that is used to know whether the event was already known or it is a new occurrence, right? So whether it is already there in the label, it was noticed in the trial. So that means it is not a new event for us. It is already there in the label, right? But if it is a totally new event, right, it is either because of the occurrence, so it was not noticed earlier, now it has happened, okay? Or like I said, if it is a change in the nature, that means the severity has changed. Now it was very mild, but now I am getting all the cases where it is very severe. Or there is a change in the frequency also. So the labeling said, every 1 in 100 patients has this event. But now when I started to market the drug, I found that it is like in every 10 patients, 1 patient has that event. It has become very common. It was a common event, but now the frequency has become more. So it is more common in, say, every 10 patients I'm getting that event. So naturally that is not there in my label. It is a new thing. Yes. So such a thing will again be considered as listed or unlisted, right? And such things the authority would want, the authority would want you to report that. Okay. So again, quickly, let's look at. Okay, one second. There's various stakeholders in pharmacovigilance. So you will have doctors, pharmacists, nurses, healthcare professionals, also the companies, the pharma companies, and the regulatory authorities who are approving the drugs in various countries, right? So they are the stakeholders, right? And everyone collaborates to have pharmacovigilance. So it is a shared responsibility always, and you would be hired by maybe a company or maybe by a hospital, or it could be you are a part of a health pharmacy chain, or you are a part of a regulatory affairs or a regulatory authority. So anywhere that you get a position, you would be required to work on pharmacovigilance and safety of the patients, because that is the ultimate aim. Yes. So we all would have heard of this thalidomide tragedy that happened. This was the trigger point for the newer regulations to have come up now. What we have now, the ICH requirements, which is the International Council for Harmonization, or various other requirements which have been formulated in US, or which is the 21 CFR titles, or in Europe the GVP, the good vigilance practices. So whether these guidelines have come up, they have been the basis, the tragedies have been the basis how people got to know that how a drug can cause havoc and can be threatening. So in 57, they had introduced this drug thalidomide for sleeping pill, and they said that it is touted to be the most effective drug. But actually it caused, a lot of more than 4,000 babies were born with teratogenic effects. Can you see the image here? So they were either born with deformed limbs, or, these limbs were not functional. So amalia, or pseudomalia, as you use it in medical terminologies. Again, the FDA had said that they should keep it out of the market for some time. However, Europe had already used it by that time. So there were a lot of these reports which had happened. And by 1960, the Department of Health and Social Security at London had come up with these. Can you see these artificial limbs which were made for childs which were affected because of the tragedy, because of the thalidomide tragedy? Again, this knowledge of thalidomide or the events which are there help you to decide on whether the risks are more or the benefit of the treatment is more. So in this case, since there were a lot of teratogenic effects, they had to stop the use of the drug. Again, now you would have found that recently thalidomide is also being used in cancer treatment. Now, why is it being used? Because the risks, which is this teratogenicity, can be handled by making sure that the patient doesn't get pregnant, because we already know about the risk. So when you know about something, only then you can act on it, you can prevent it from happening. So the purpose of having pharmacovigilance is to first have an awareness. So if you would have seen when you are driving on the road, if you go on the wrong side, what do you expect? You may meet with an accident. You may have someone standing as a police inspector or someone who will challan you. Yes. So those are the risks that you know already. So same is the case anywhere, in any situation, even in medicine. So if we know of the risks, then we can handle them. Yes. So the purpose of having pharmacovigilance is to ensure that we make drugs or we make medicines safer for use in patients, right? Again, there was this sulfanilamide tragedy where they had, said that sulfanilamide was used for streptococcal infection in a powder form or a tablet form. So the company Messengel had, said that this is a liquid solution form of sulfanilamide. However, it was a misbranding. The company was sued for that because they had used diethylene glycol as a solvent. Again, after doing flavor testing and color testing, but they did not test it on toxicity. Okay, so what happened was there were more than 100 patients who died, children who had died because of taking this medicine, right? So these have been some tragedies which have been the trigger point for newer regulations across US, Europe, and all other countries, right? Again, pharmacovigilance has a life cycle. So in the pharmacovigilance life cycle, or a product life cycle, as we say, you have the developmental phase where we have all the trials for a new product, like we are doing trials for the COVID vaccine, recent ones, right? So you are finding out some new therapy, and you have a post-marketed phase. So once you start selling the product, then after that also you continue to collect events, right? So you have these two phases, and again, you will have these kinds of documents which are required either in the developmental phase or the post-marketed phase, which is you will have individual case reports where one patient reports of a event, and you will then assess whether it has all the required data, like the name of the patient or the reporter, or what was the event, what was the drug. So if we get all this information, we call it an individual case, And when we analyze this data over a period, say over say 6 months of duration, or a year duration, or a 3 monthly duration, right? So in that case, or 3 yearly duration, yes. So that cumulative assessment of all the individual reports is called as aggregate reports. Now, when we are doing it in trial phase, we have a developmental safety update report, which is called as a DSUR. When we do it in the post-marketed phase, we call it as a periodic benefit risk evaluation report, PBRER. So we are always looking at the benefit versus the risks of that drug, right? Again, we are doing it on periodic basis and submitting those to the regulatory authorities. And signal detection is a term that is derived from signal in computers. So what does a signal mean? It means like trying to find out a pattern out of something discrete, which we don't see. But if there is a set pattern that you see, so that is called as a signal. So whenever there is, events where there is a relationship between the drug and the event, the reactions, right? So those reactions, we try to find out the pattern and then say, okay, this is a new signal. This is something which was not there. It was not known earlier. So now what we do is those signals, we either need to take action, include them as part of our labels in routine, or review them in our periodic reports, or in case we cannot do that in routine, then we may have to do a risk management for that. So if this is a new risk, naturally I have to do a risk management. So for that, I may have to do a set of activities. Maybe I do a registry program. If suppose the drug is known to cause teratogenicity, I may have to do a program for registry of pregnant women, or I may have to do a program of registry for pediatric patients, depending upon what kind of a risk is there. Okay, so or I may do a prescription event monitoring, where I am just looking at all the prescriptions of the drug being given out and seeing how many events are being reported. Okay, so it can be anything that the company has to do additionally apart from the routine activities of individual case and aggregate case or signal detection, right? So these are some of the things that you will have to do, whether you are doing a trial or you are doing a post-marketed, of the product. So in both these phases, whether in the trial phase or in the post-marketed phase, we are doing all of this. We are doing individual cases, we are doing periodic aggregate reports, we are doing signal detection, and then finally we try to manage the risks, whether in the trial. But the only thing is that in the trial, since there is a small population, maybe at the most you may have 100 patients, 200 patients, not beyond that. Again, COVID is a different scenario, because this was a risk posed to the population. So even in the trial phase, they have allowed a lot of people to be enrolled, right? But then usually only after you start marketing a drug will you be able to see very rare events, like in the trial phase you will always have a defined dose given to the patient, whereas when you start marketing it, you will get to know of overdose, you will get to know of misuse, abuse, yes, by the patients or by the doctor, whatever, any wrong administration of the product. So all those things you will get to know when you start marketing the drug, when it reaches larger population. And like I said, if suppose in the trial I have had only 100 patients, I will not be able to look at very rare or rare occurrences like 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000, because those many patients have not been included. So that is one of the reasons why, a drug like say cetirizine, when it was developed as a non-sedating antihistamine. But when we started marketing it, now you would know most people, including many of us, would have experienced sleepiness after taking cetirizine. Why so? Because that will only be known once you have it exposed to more people. In the trial phase, you will have hardly 100 patients maximum. Yes. Okay, so then again, what the organizations are there which are there in pharmacovigilance? You have WHO. Again, I told you ICH. So ICH was formed initially by US, Europe, and Japan, and now is a part of all the WHO organizations. So WHO does an adverse event monitoring program, which of which India is also a part of WHO monitoring program. And in India, it is run by the name Pharmacovigilance Program of India, right? So as part of that, all the events are reported by anyone in India, whether you are a consumer or a healthcare professional, you can report an event. So even if you go on the Google Play Store, you will be able to find an app called ADR PVPI, right? On that, anyone can go and report an event. If you have had an event after taking a medicine, if you are a consumer or if you are a healthcare professional, you can report that event, right? So ICH was formed after, again, collaboration of the UN and the WHO. So ICH signatories, like I said, initially were US, Europe, and Japan, but now everyone follows the ICH requirements. Okay, and it is an independent body. So it was initially a conference on harmonization, but now it has become a registered authority, a non-profit making entity. Okay, and we have again SIOMS. SIOMS was the first organization for medical science for the research purposes, which was made, where there were a working groups, several working groups on how the information will be shared between the industry and the regulators. So those things were further used in ICH. So SIOMS was the basis on which ICH was formed, and then eventually you had the International Society of Pharmacovigilance. So these are some of the organizations that make a role in pharmacovigilance. And then right now, again, some of the agencies that you should know of: US FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration. You have the European Medicines Agency, EMA, and then the MHRA again in UK, PMDA in Japan, and Health Canada in Canada. In Australia, we have the TGA, the Therapeutic Goods Administration Authority. In China, you have again Chinese Food and Drug Administration, CFDA. And in India, we have the CDSCO, which is the Central Drug Standard Control Organization. And under him, under that aegis, you have, and this is under the Ministry of Health. And under CDSCO, you have the Drugs Controller General of India. So he heads the organization, right, and gives the approval for any product in India, any new product that is introduced, right? So again, let's look at some of the highlights of our course that you would be covering. So we will be, looking at the basics of pharmacovigilance, the pharmacology basics, the documents that you are required to prepare in pharmacovigilance. We will also look at various authorities and their guidelines. Also, how you will face any audit or an inspection. Audit would be done by an independent quality person hired by the company, or inspections will be by the regulatory authorities like the US FDA that I showed you, or the MHRA, or all those other agencies. So those will be the inspections. They will come and look at how you are doing pharmacovigilance in your company, right? Then you have ICSR, case processing, and MEDRA coding. So MEDRA is nothing but it is a dictionary. It is a dictionary used for sharing of medical terminologies. So like if I have as a report, one patient has said, I have difficulty in breathing. Now, to have a standard terminology, the MEDRA allows this to be coded in, say, so dyspnea being a term for, medical term for the difficulty in breathing, right? So that can be done in the safety databases. So we will be looking at how you have to process the case and code the events in the database. We will provide you with that training. You will also be given narrative writing and causality assessment trainings. And also, how do you look for literature cases? So if suppose from the published articles by the researchers, you get to know of any adverse events or reactions. So we can look at those also, and again, aggregate reports. So that I explained to you earlier, the periodic reports of the individual cases, right? And then the signal detection activity, the risk management plans, also recent development with vaccine. So you will also be looking at the vaccine pharmacovigilance. We will have medical device, again, a new development in pharmacovigilance in India. You have the materiovigilance program. So materiovigilance covers the medical device pharmacovigilance, okay? And we have data mining on how you will take out the data from the database, for preparing of all various reports, and social media analytics, the ways how that can be used. So we will also be, as part of the course, giving you, like Dr. Vipra said, industry interaction, where we would, create scenarios for you. You would have mock interviews. Also, you would have, mock cases to do. So then you would know how these are expected by the industry, what is the expectation of the industry, and you will know how to answer, right? So again, we will give you hands-on experience in the safety database, that how the students will process the cases in the safety database as is being done by the companies. You will have sessions from the industry experts with extensive knowledge on pharmacovigilance, so that they will give you trainings as per the prospects, how the industry can hire you, and more emphasis will be on practical learning than the theoretical learning. Again, we will give you example-based explanations, live case studies, and we are training students not just for the jobs, but ultimately our objective is to make you a better professional and excel in this field. So this is the purpose behind the course. And again, the course material is always kept up to date as per the industry standards as well as the regulatory guidelines. So we will be giving you a demo of the safety database, which is Safety Easy, at our Cliniminds team. So we will be giving you an access to that, so that you can process cases, and then those will be reviewed by us, by the training team, the pharmacovigilance team, right? And we will give you inputs on what you need to do, how those have to be corrected, right? So that will be a part of the course. And we will look forward to having a mutual association, again, a beneficial association, and a bright future ahead for all of you. So that's it from my side, Dr. Vipra. If you have anything more.
Thank you, Dr. Gaurav. I would request Rahul sir to now take the session forward.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm here only. I'll
Yes.
request Mr. Gaurav to remove this screen. Stop sharing this.
Yes, sure, sir. Sure, sir. I just stopped it. Just stopped it. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. Unmute your mic, then only I'll.
Good afternoon, sir.
Then only I'll come to know whether you're sleeping.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay. I'll start.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So I'll start my session with a question, a simple question. I'll ask everyone, what is your typing speed?
Sir, your audio is not audible, sir. I mean, it's blurred. Not clear, not clearly, sir.
Dr. Vipra, same with you?
Yes, sir. So it's not clear.
Okay. How about now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Maybe some problem with my microphone. Give me 5 minutes. 2 minutes, I'll
Sure, sir.
change this. Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Now it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am having a simple question. Please tell me, what is your typing speed? Bharti.
5 out of 10, sir.
Okay, you are giving numbers to your typing speed.
Yes, sir. I can.
Bharti, what is your typing speed? Aishwarya.
No idea. Alfonso, what is your typing speed?
I can type 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I can maximum I can type very fast.
There is nothing like numbering or fast or slow. Typing speed is always measured in words per minute. The minimum typing speed, which is what is the requirement of the company, is 35 words per minute. So write down, this is the first assignment of the day. Every one of you will go after the session, go to, I'm naming one site, typingspeedtest.com, or you can go to any other site. Take a typing speed test, see what is your current typing speed, and then you have to reach minimum 35 to 40 words per minute to enter the corporate world. This is a minimum typing speed which is required in corporate world. Take the printout of your current typing speed, put it in front of your working table, and practice every day so that you reach 40 words per minute. And please understand, whether you are in office or you are in the home, they're all office and home. This is a paperless office, no pen paper is required, whether it be clinical research, clinical data management, or pharmacovigilance, everything is on softwares. So if your typing speed is good, your productivity is good. If your typing speed is not good, your productivity is low. And no company will allow the employee with low productivity. So please understand, I'm telling you on first day itself, typing speed is very important. And please understand, I'm talking about typing speed on laptop and computers. I am not talking about thumb typing it on WhatsApp. I know everyone is having very good thumb typing on WhatsApp. So please don't confuse yourself. I'm talking about typing speed on systems, laptop or computers. Okay, so this is a first assignment. You will go and send me the screenshot of your current typing speed. Okay. Anyone having confusion in this assignment?
To interrupt you, can you please repeat the site?
You can go to any site. You will on Google, you write typing speed test.
Okay, sir, thank you.
You will come to know many sites.
Okay, thank you.
What I am telling you is typingspeedtest.com for your convenience. If you want to go to this site, you can go. Okay, now comes the second thing. Second thing is, in the interview process, second most important thing is aptitude. So I will request everyone to practice aptitude. I am sending you the name of one site in the chat box. indiabix.com. No, it's from indiabix. Spelling is wrong. I'll write it again. indiabix.com. So here you can go and practice for aptitude, because now everything is happening online. The aptitude test is also happening online. The initial thing is the aptitude test, and whosoever passes in the aptitude test is called for the technique. So you may be technically very strong, but if you're not able to pass the aptitude test, you will not reach the technical. So this thing also I'm telling you on the first day itself, aptitude is really important. So this is for you to practice aptitude site I have given. If you come see some other site, you want to practice on some other site, you are free to do that. Third is a group discussion. As Dr. Vipra was telling you, we are going to have 2 group discussions in a month. This is what we will be doing. Every alternate week, first Saturday and last Saturday, third Saturday, we will organize group discussions. So I'm telling you in advance, first Saturday and third Saturday is going to be group discussion time. We will be telling you the topics in advance. We will be giving you 2 topics for preparing group discussion, and any one of those 2 topics we'll give you for discussion. Can anyone tell me what is why we are giving you practice for group discussions? Anyone?
To improve our communication skill.
Yes, communication is one part. And when the situation will improve, maybe in 2 months, maybe in 3 months, group discussion is also the part of the interview. In face-to-face interview, group discussions happen. And maybe few companies, they are organizing these group discussions through Zoom meeting and Microsoft Teams and other things. So this is a part of the interview process, number 1. Number 2, group discussions helps you in improving your communication skills also. So for preparing for group discussions, please make sure you are well aware about your surroundings, what is happening in India, in the globe, what are the current topics, what are the scientific things happening, what are the current news. The topic can be from any of these things. And we can even do, we will call you for the group discussion, and there and then itself we are giving you a topic for the group discussion. This can also happen. But normally we are giving you 2 weeks time to prepare for the group discussion. So whenever you are preparing for the group discussion, do thorough research, give us plenty of data, and with a good communication, please participate in group discussion. We will also give you few do's and don'ts of group discussion, how you have to perform in the group discussion, how you have to speak, when you have to speak, when you have to start the group discussion, what you have to speak in between, how you have to close the group discussion. These things also we will be telling you. But all these things are going to help you only when you will prepare for the group discussion. And we want everyone's 100% participation in group discussion. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this was about the group discussion is for your verbal communication. Then to improve your written communication, because as this is a pandemic times, we have seen few companies, they are giving you assignment also. They will give you the topic and then you have to write some 500 words about that topic. Like if you remember in your school days, you used to write some essay kind of a thing. Essays were there, 500 words. So please improve your written skills also. Try to give assignment to yourself. Try to keep one topic for a week, write about that topic in a week, so that you are able to improve your written communication also. Okay, for example, likewise, you are seeing there is a surge in COVID-19 cases, and many places lockdown is happening. So you can write down, is lockdown going to be helpful to curb COVID-19? This is an example of one topic I am telling you. So every week you can come, give yourself a topic and write 500 words about it. Okay. So in coming 12 weeks, 12 topics means your written communication will surely improve. And do self-assessment. After you write, please do self-assessment. So this is for the written communication part. And then I'll tell you when your course is going to be complete after say 9th or 10th week, we will start the CV preparation. We will give you arrange mock interviews for you. As the interview, when the interviews are there, before interview, we are going to organize pre-placement sessions. We will give you interview questions, what HR is going to ask, what clinical research people will ask, clinical data management questions, pharmacovigilance questions, and answers also we will be giving you. Questions important as well as answers. Okay, and when you get these questions and answers for HR or clinical research or pharmacovigilance, you try to write your own answers, because I cannot give a single therapy for everyone. Likewise, the question is, tell me something about yourself. I can tell about myself. I cannot tell any something about Pulkit or Bini or Pooja. Na? So Pooja, Bini, Anita, you have to write about yourself. Because this is the main question in every interview. They are asking, tell me something about yourself. So if you perceive that this is a question everyone is going to ask and then prepare the answer, then you will find very easy when you give in the interview. So all these questions will be giving you, then suggestive answers also will be giving you. Okay. So these are the things what we will be doing when your course is going to come to completion. Now, few important things I'll tell you, which you can do before even you give interviews or join some companies. How many of you are attending this session on mobile internet? Any one of you attending on mobile internet? Everyone is attending on mobile internet.
Yes, sir.
Everyone. Chalo, I'll change my question. How many of you are having Wi-Fi connection at home?
I have, sir.
I have.
I have, sir.
Me.
I have, sir.
Okay, good.
I have, sir.
Now, next question. How many of you have laptop with you?
I have, sir.
I have, sir.
I have, sir.
Okay, I'm changing my question.
I have.
How many of you don't have laptop with you? You don't have laptop with you. Anyone who is not having laptop? Good. The whole batch that you are having laptop. Good. Why I'm asking you this thing is because most of the companies, they are preferring work from home. So you should have a good Wi-Fi connection with you at your home, minimum 5 Mbps speed. Okay. And laptop with you. Few companies are giving laptop. They are sending couriering laptops, but for initial 15-20 days, 1 month, you will have to attend training on your own system. So for that part, you should have your own laptop. Why I'm asking you to have good internet connection? Because here in classes or in this orientation session or in a pre-placement session, you can come with excuse, my net is not working. But when you are getting paid from the company, you are working from the company, you cannot make excuse your internet is not working. Do you think you can make excuse like this? Or you should make excuse like this?
No, sir.
Because if even you will make excuse like this is not going to be beneficial for you. They will listen to your excuse 1 time or 2 times, 3rd time, they will say, okay, if you don't have internet connection, bye-bye. So you are having total 3 months. If you don't have all these facilities like good internet, Wi-Fi, broadband connection or laptop, you can arrange for all these things, because I don't see in coming 3 months situation is going to improve. Because people are saying there's a second wave, Maharashtra is in really bad shape. We don't know about other states what is going to happen, other cities what is going to happen, whether these corona cases are going to be less or they will increase. Nobody knows. The situation is not so bright. So we can only pray to God the situation is bright and this corona is going. But if not, then this work from home will continue and we'll have to have all these facilities at home. And what is the 2 major facilities? One is having laptop and second is a good broadband connection. Okay, can anybody tell me what was your first assignment? Just
To
discuss.
attend the typing speed test.
Typing speed test.
Okay. Now comes the good. Now comes the second assignment.
Aptitude test.
Aptitude test.
Aptitude is an ongoing process for 3 months. Typing is an ongoing process for 3 months, but today or tomorrow you will attend a typing test, see what is your current typing speed, and then improve it to 35 to 40 words per minute. Now comes the second assignment of the day. Okay, the second assignment is you will research about 20 top clinical research companies. And clinical research companies in technical term are called clinical research organizations, CROs. Top 20 CROs, top 20 clinical data management companies, and top 20 pharmacovigilance companies. So if your course is clinical research and clinical data management, you will research about CR and CDM companies. If your course is clinical research and pharmacovigilance, 20 clinical research and 20 pharmacovigilance. And if your course is having all three, clinical research, pharmacovigilance, and data management, then 20 clinical research, 20 pharmacovigilance, and 20 CDM. I don't just want the name of the companies. When you will see the names, you will go to their websites and research about company also and write few lines about that company. I don't want any copy paste. You are copying some list of top 20 from Google and then sending it to me. Okay, please understand, this is for your benefit. You are going to enter and make your career in clinical research, data management, and pharmacovigilance. So you should know about the companies. Now, which are the companies where you will work? So this is for your benefit. This is not for my benefit. So honestly research the companies, see what companies they are doing, how big companies are, where their headquarters is, where they are located, in India where the office is. And I am talking about India-centric companies, which are there in India. Maybe the company is global, but they are present in India. Likewise, IQVIA is there, Icon is there, TCS is there, Cognizant is there. So I'm talking about these companies. Covens is there, PRA is there, PPD is there. Okay. And what do you think? What should be the last date for sending these assignments, 2 assignments? One is a screenshot, another one is a research about the companies. And this research, you will not send me on Word document. You will make a PPT and send it to me in PPT form. So you will make a presentation. One presentation for clinical research, another one for CDM or pharmacovigilance. So this assignment has to be sent in the form of PowerPoint presentation. So what last date we should fix for this assignment?
Sir,
Yeah, Alfonso.
I have to send the research about companies in a form of PPT.
Can you come back again so that I can understand your question?
Sir, I have done one doubt.
Yeah, please ask.
The research about companies, that 3 types of companies.
What is your course?
Clinical research and CDM and pharmacovigilance.
All 3. So you will research about all 3.
Yeah.
So you will make one PPT for clinical research, another PPT for CDM, and the third PPT for pharmacovigilance.
Okay. When is the date for submission?
That I'm asking. I'm asking from everyone. How much time do you require?
Thursday, sir.
Okay.
Monday.
No, Monday is too far away. So we'll fix it.
Friday.
Okay, if you're
Friday.
happy. Okay, if you are happy with Monday, we'll fix next Monday. Okay.
So should we be mailing it to you?
Yes, you can only mail it. There is no other way around.
Okay.
That is the only way of communication now we are having. I have already written my mail ID. My mail ID is rmalia@cliniminds.com.
Thank you, sir.
And please understand, I will not follow up with anyone regarding these assignments. You will not get a single reminder regarding these assignments, because these assignments are for you, for your benefit. So I am not going to give you any reminders. The only inference I will take out if you are not sending the assignment is you are not serious about your career, and maybe you don't require any placement from my side. Because whosoever require placement will give a typing test, do research about the companies. So this will only give me indication how serious you are about your career. So whosoever is serious about the career will go for the assignment, complete the assignment and mail it to me. Who is not serious, and I have given you sufficient time, more than sufficient. End of the day on Monday.
Hello, sir. Regarding this assignment, one doubt.
Yeah, tell me, Ishwarya.
Sir, I'm pursuing this clinical research and pharmacovigilance.
Okay.
And we need to research 20 each or altogether 20 companies.
Yeah, 20 companies for clinical research and 20 for pharmacovigilance.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And you have to then make a PPT. Anyone having any other doubt?
Sir, each 20 in a different PPT, no?
No, some companies you can get repeated in clinical research as well as data management as well as pharmacovigilance. Likewise, IQVIA is in all three.
Yeah.
IQVIA is in all three.
Then I can include IQA in all 3 PPTs.
You will have to. If the company is doing all three things and the company is important company, you will have to include. But when you will include in clinical research, you will research about clinical research, what IQVIA is doing in clinical research. But when you will include in clinical data management, the research should be centric to clinical data management. When you are including IQVIA in pharmacovigilance, the research should be centric to pharmacovigilance. You cannot copy paste the same research in all three. Only you can repeat the name, but research, what you will be doing about the company is going to be for different domain, na? So you will be writing something different.
PPT should be mentioned about the company name and what are the works they are doing with in that department.
Yes.
You have to mention.
Yes. At that department, where the company headquarters is there in India, where the offices are, whatever relevant information you can give in the PowerPoint presentation. Whatever maximum information you can give, you should give. You should not restrict yourself. You should not tell me that I wanted to give only one slide for one company, so I was not able to write. If even you want to give 3 slides for IQVIA, give 3 slides to IQVIA. But write everything what you have researched. Okay. Any other question? Any other doubt? Any other clarification? No. Okay. I'll wish you best of luck. And I'll tell you, this is a 3 months course, short duration course. Please attend the classes seriously. You should not miss any of the sessions. I will repeat, as Mr. Kamashani was saying in the starting, interviews are going to happen and you can only clear the interviews when you have the technical knowledge. Nobody will give employment only because you have joined clinical research or pharmacovigilance course. They will employ you when you have technical knowledge with you. You are able to answer all clinical research and data management question. Maybe you are able to clear this Cliniminds examination with 70% marks. But when you give interview, companies expect you give 10 out of 10 questions answers of all 10 questions. So maybe clearing exam of Cliniminds is easy. Answering 7 out of 10 questions, you will clear the exam. But when you give interview, companies expect you should know all 10. And this is for sure, all questions will not be from clinical research or data management or pharmacovigilance. They are definitely going to ask you from your basic qualification, let it be BDS, dentistry, or pharmacy or biotechnology. So don't come to me and say, sir, they are not asking much about clinical research and pharmacovigilance. They are asking about pharmacy. I did my pharmacy 10 years back, so I have forgotten everything. Don't tell me like this. You are having total 3 months to revise everything what you learned 5 years, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years back. If you have cleared some examination, this is your duty to remember everything, at least for the interviews. So the gap cannot be excuse. Okay. Okay, that's all I'm having. So wishing you luck for coming sessions. Please attend all sessions. God bless you all and take care. Corona is coming again. So wear masks, maintain social distancing, sanitize your hands, wash your hands, and keep safe. Okay. God bless you all. Thank you. Vipraman, this is all what I'm having.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now I would request Mr. Kamal Kumar to take the session forward.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon to everyone. Vitaji, my voice is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to all of you. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, I hope you would be getting LMS access to everyone. You got received the username and password in the course activation email. Have you received or not?
Yes, sir.
All of you have been received?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you logged in that LMS panel?
Sorry, sir.
Have you logged in the LMS panel? Learning
Yes,
management
sir.
system?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everything
Yes,
is
sir.
clear to you. The presentation, notes, and the test. That is the practice test. All would be clear to you, everyone.
Sir, there is a background music, sir, so I can't hear you properly.
Okay, now it's clear.
No, sir.
Now the voice is clear. There is no
Yes,
voice.
sir.
Okay. So all of you have been received the emails, that course activation email that contain your username and password. So all of you have been logging. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any candidate is facing some issues to log in or something? Any kind of problem you are facing?
Hello, good afternoon, students. Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please confirm if you have all received the course activation confirmation email, which has the user credentials, and have you tried to log in using those credentials?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I am done, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And everything is clear to all of you. The presentation is there and notes would be there and the practice test also there.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, I haven't got the course activation mail. Actually, I have yesterday only I have enrolled for this program.
What's your good name?
Sanjay Joshi.
Sanjay Joshi.
Me too, sir.
You would be, okay. If you are not receiving, so today evening you would be getting that credential.
Okay, sir.
After the introduction session, you would be getting your credential. I think some of one candidates joined today also in this course.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you would be getting the access by today evening.
Okay, fine, sir.
And we will connected with you the next session. I will tell you where we are uploading your session videos, presentations, right? Once we have got all the access, then the next session will be when we are doing the next session to these students.
Sir, on Wednesday. We will be starting on Wednesday, the first session.
So Wednesday we will again we are connecting to you and we will give you the demo of LMS, how it works. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right, Anjali?
Yes, sir.
And if you have any question, you can. Yeah, and if you have question regarding the LMS or some accounts receipts or some acknowledgement, you can directly contact it, Dr. Vipra, and Dr. Vipra will give it to you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right, Dr. Vipra?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Vipra, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So everything is clear. We will connect you on the Wednesday.
Yes. One more thing, I would request all the students to keep this soft copy of your Aadhaar card, your voter ID, driving license, and all the educational qualifications available with you, your student agreement and the CV. So on Wednesday, when we will be connecting with you, we will be also telling you the place from where you have to upload the documents. Eventually after the session, you can directly upload it in them. So you have today and tomorrow to ensure that all the soft copies of the documents are available with you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And tomorrow there is no class, ma'am, tomorrow?
Tomorrow you will not have the session. By tomorrow, everyone will be getting the login credentials and other information. So tomorrow I will be sending you the session details. The session will commence from Wednesday, which is 24th of March. The timings, the session topic, the link, everything will be emailed to you by tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am.
Sessions will start from 24th March. Okay. Okay. So again, we welcome you to the program and wishing all of you all the best for the upcoming program and for successfully getting placed in a good organization. Again, last but not the least, we require 100% efforts also from your end so that we together can work so that you can achieve your dreams. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, all of you. Have a good
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
See you, ma'am, now.
Yes.